Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana lost its 1-2 setup yesterday, which means it came down a little bit too much. And basically we had a small 1-2 setup here. I took out now the subwave counts because it's now getting a bit choppy, a bit messy. And if we now really break here below that, I mean, we have broken briefly below 2250, but we immediately recovered, but not substantial enough to make a higher high. And also the last candles here are already, quite red. Yeah. So in my opinion, this is certainly increasing now the probability for a deeper wave 4, where we had the possibility that wave 4 ended here and then a 1-2 setup. At the time, a successful long trade setup was given for that. It came back into that support area and basically just about invalidated that 1-2 setup, which means, of course, it could start a new impulse from here, but I don't see the clear structure, especially with these 99% retracements touching support all the time. It indicates that we might see a deeper wave 4. So I don't really see a clear setup here at this stage. I mean, you can always speculate that it might find support here. I mean, we've pulled back to support. Previous 3 supports are exactly here around 2250. And you can, of course, speculate that it might reach the resistance, but I don't see the clear impulsive nature anymore. Normally what increases probabilities of a trade working out is that you see an impulse to the upside and you follow in a correction, and then you can take the next wave up. In this case, it has obviously invalidated that impulse, so it increased the probabilities of a deeper wave 4 in this stage. Now, in terms of subwave counts, I mean, this could be all sorts of stuff. We could have a possible Elliott wave triangle, but even there I would have difficulties to count it. What seems likely, in my opinion, is that we get this deeper C wave, but I need a clearer break below the 2220 level, this low, because this could just be an A wave down. So the wave 3 topped here around $25 in January, middle of January. Then we could have here a B wave, a high B wave, and we could be moving down in C. So we get basically that deeper C wave. And that is certainly something we might observe. Now, an alternative count would suggest that maybe a wave 5 finished already somewhere, but I can't clearly see it. I would have to, in the end, it wouldn't make a great difference. A deeper wave 4 would be fairly similar to this, that the wave 5 peaked here, and this was an A wave, a B wave, and we come down in C in a wave 2. So this could be a wave 2 or a wave 4. I need some further clarity by just taking a look at how the structure is going to develop. But if we now break below that 2220, then we're looking, I would first be looking for a wave 4. And for a wave 4, we can calculate support. I'm gonna do that for you just now. Just need to make sure I pick the lows down here. That swing low from the 29th of December. Okay, and then we go to the high of, I think what's the 16th of January. Yeah, pretty good. And yeah, we are looking for, in a wave 4, we're looking at the area between the 50% retracement and the, you could say the 23.6 retracement, but then this would be again a very shallow wave 4 if we measure it like that, because it would only really get into the region of the previous A wave. So ideally you would look at the 1851 level all the way down to 1650 for a wave 4 as clear support. If it's a wave 2, it would come down even lower, all the way down to 1162. So we would have 2 possible support areas, which means that there is possible shallow support for a wave 4. If we drop below it, it's probably a wave 2. Both could be considered still bullish overall, yeah. But 1162 needs to hold. Now, a possible way of dealing with it is to wait until we get into these areas. For example, here for the wave 4, small position, entering it. If we see a reaction, you can enter in the 1-2 setup or scale up your trade when we start to see a reversal in a wave 5. And if it fails, it fails. But then you only have basically wasted a small position, and you can scale in with more volume as we go down lower to critical support 1162, or you set up a grid bot. I might do that. Setting up a grid bot, and then it can just trade those ranges for you. But yeah, you know, that's what I'm watching. It's getting, you can see it, we're start to make lower highs here, lower highs, we're trolling support, and unless really something significant happens now, I would be looking here at lower in a fourth wave. But again, we have no confirmation yet. Here would be important to break now below that 2230 level more substantially to make this C wave down quite likely. And we could say maybe a wave 1 down already. This was a wave 2, and we're now coming down in a third wave, but also that is quite choppy. So it could be here maybe the wave 1 of 3 done. We're now going to move up in a wave 2 of 3. So don't think it couldn't go up anymore. Yeah, always retracements to the upside are always possible. So what could be the case is, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in C, and this might have been the 1-2 setup of the C wave, but it's a bit too early for that. But yeah, that's how I see Solana at the moment. Just need a bit more clarity. I think the levels that are relevant should be clear now. The key support should be clear, and yeah, that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.